Here we go. Let's do this quick. 5 hours to do the exam? Get the hell out of here. Oh, yeah, let me get my drink though. How is the public IP address managed in an instance session? Via the instance GUI, RDP, or terminal assist session?
What do you want from me? Just tell me what you want from me. You want me to quit? Is that it? I don't know how we got here. I don't know what happened. I just woke up and this building's falling.
I don't know. Maybe it's 1 or 2, 3. I don't know. Let's go. What should you do so that everyone can access the AWS resources they need to do their jobs? There we go. Oh, choose 2. I'm not even reading it all. The CloudFormation template is trying to launch 60 new e-students in a single availability zone. After some research, you discover the problem is you have a soft limit. Limit increase form and retry the template after your limit has been increased. Soft limit 20 per AZ. Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Which of the following are true? No. No. Maybe. Oh, I can choose 2 only. I mean, it could be these 2 or it could be these 2. Alias records can point to any resources in AWS, but only within the same account. But that might be like a gotcha. And CNAME records, CNAME. I don't know. Let's just try these, see what happens. Company likes the idea of storing file name. However, low latency service is a majority of files is important to customer service. Which storage gateway configuration would you use to achieve both of these? Which storage gateway configuration would you use to achieve both of these? Low latency and what? I don't want to read all this. I just go down to the end. Which of the following answers might explain this failure? So something failed. Okay. You work for a large software company in Seattle. They have their production environment provisioned on an AWS inside of VPC. The VPC contains both private and public subnets. The company tests their applications on custom EC2 instances inside of a private subnet. There are approximately 500 instances. Ooh, and they communicate to the outside world via proxy server at 3 AM every night. These instances pull down OS updates. 150 megabytes or so. They then apply these updates and reboot. If the software is not downloaded within half an hour, then the update will attempt to download the following day. You notice that a number of EC2 instances are continually failing to download. They're behind a single proxy server. 500 instances? That's not bad. Yeah, that's possible. That the NAT instance is on a too small of a, instance. A proxy server and the kind of EBS one. Nah, not the network buffer. Fucking. What was this then? You should reprovision the NAT solution so that. Okay. That might actually work, adding multiple elastic IPs. So one of these might be wrong. There's a private subnet. The proxy server is in a private subnet. How do you know? I didn't know it's proxy. There are 500, and they communicate to the outside world via proxy server. So internally, they're on a private subnet then. I don't know. I really like this one to add just another elastic IP. Only says select 2 though. So, these are kind of saying the same thing, but I don't like the way this one's worded. I like this one a lot. Just gonna go with this, see what happens. Probably Hyper-V. Alright, which of the following answers may represent the root cause of the connectivity issue? A new policy to take us to particular public-facing subnet needs to allow RDP on the NACL. You create an inbound rule allowing traffic to port. Oh, whoa, choose 2. I hate these. Yeah, whatever. Which of the following database technologies are supported by RDS? You fucking kidding me right now? Alright. I like those questions, those are easy. Gimme's. 78 questions though. Which of the following remedies would both keep costs manageable and mitigate the issues caused by terminated SPA instances? Woo! That's sexy. Which of the following remedies would both keep costs manageable and mitigate issues caused by terminated SPA instances? Don't use fucking SPA instances. I don't even have to read this whole thing. Increase the bid price of the task nodes so that you have a greater threshold before the task nodes are terminated. Increase the bid price for the core nodes. Alright, that's what I would do. What are the core nodes? The core nodes are not even on spot. Yeah. Yeah, these are the answers. Which storage solution would you use to store the memes in the most efficient way? You run a meme creation website that stores the original images in S3 and each meme's metadata in DynamoDB. You need to decide upon a low-cost storage option for the memes themselves. If a meme object is unavailable or lost, the Lambda function will automatically recreate it, but at a $10 licensing cost per creation. Which storage solution would you use to store the memes in a cost-efficient way? I don't know. You need to retrieve them. A Lambda needs to retrieve them. If a meme object is unavailable or lost. I mean, I like all these, man, but come on, dude. I think the most cost-effective way, Glacier. Glacier, then. Charging base per BPC, account charges can be tracked individually. That's cool too. That was a select 3. It's like select all of them. Which of the following DynamoDB features are chargeable when using a single region? Oh, select two. God, I hate this. You get charged for read-write cap and incoming data transfer. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know about storage of data and number of tables, but I think incoming data transfer and read-write capacity. I'm gonna go with that for now. She asked what sort of network access logging can be added. It's called flow. Which of the following might you do? Alright. A client is concerned that someone other than approved admins is trying to gain access to the Linux web instances in their VPC. She asked what's, yeah, event log filters. Use event log filters to trigger alerts that are forwarded to CloudWatch. That's cool. Set up traffic logging rule on the network firewall and direct the log to CloudWatch S3. I like that. Set up a flow log for a group of instances and forward them to CloudWatch. Yeah, well, I don't. You can do those. Set up a flow log for the group of instances. I'm gonna say both of these. Like, why not? When using EC2 instances with dedicated hosting, which of the following modes are you able to transition between? By stopping the instance and starting again. I think host is default. I don't know. Dedicated and host, or dedicated and default, or host and default. By stopping the instance, why would they host and? Oh, I see what they're doing. Okay, you got dedicated hosting. Which of the following modes can you switch between? Dedicated and host, I guess, or dedicated and default. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look this one up. Dedicated hosting EC2 default. Your instance runs on a dedicated host, which is an isolated server with configurations you can control. Once it's already dedicated, it's probably dedicated and host. Like, I'm just leave it. Your server logs are full of what appear to be application layer attacks, so you deploy a web application firewall. Which of the following conditions may you set when configuring? 3? The portal acknowledges SAM authenticated response and verifies user identity within your organization. After the client browser posts the SAML assertion, it was sent to sign URL as a redirect, and the client browser is redirected to the console. No. That's retarded. The client browser is muted. I'm gonna select these two. They might go against each other. Acknowledges SAML and verifies identity. Well, verifies the identity, then generates a response. Good enough. You are working in the media industry and you have created a web application where users will, where should you store your API credentials while maintaining the maximum level of security? You are working in the media industry and you have created a web app where users will be able to upload photos and create photos they create to your website. The web application must be able to call S3 API in order to be able to function. Maximum security? Yeah. I don't want to read this whole thing. Which of the following answers will allow the application to communicate back to the on-prem equipment without the need to reprogram the app? You are a solutions architect, blah, 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 blah. One of these apps needs to communicate with services that are currently hosted on-prem. The people who wrote this app have left the company. There's no documentation describing how the application works. You need to ensure that this application can be hosted on a bespoke VPC, but remains able to communicate back and services hosted on-prem. Oh, you should configure VPC subnet, which the application sits on, so it does not have an IP address range that conflicts with the on-prem LAN. Oh, you should configure your Elastic load balancer actors. Stupid. You should ensure your VPC has an internet gateway attached to it. That way, you can establish a site-to-site VPN. Let's try these. Currently, it's taking your users in Japan and Australia approximately 3 to 5 seconds to load your website, and you have been asked to help reduce the load times. How might you improve your page load times? Come on, Ryan. I can select 3. I don't like those. Those are stupid questions. In the list below, which AWS resources would you not need to recreate because they are available universally across the console? You have been asked by your employer to create identical copy of production environment in another region for disaster recovery purposes. I don't know about security groups though. It might be the load balancers. No, there's an instance based too, so security groups. Fuck it. Which of the following steps should you take in order to help set this up? You work for a large media organization who has traditionally stored all their media on large... Let's see if I'm in. Oh my god, 23 minutes still. Staff will store their personal data on S3 and will have to use their AD credentials in order to authenticate. These items will be stored in a single S3 bucket, and each staff member will have their own folder within the bucket named after the employee ID. Which of the 5 steps should you take? Create either... Yeah, we can create roles too. We don't have to create a user for each member or staff and use their existing actor for the account. No? You can only... Staff will store their personal data on S3. No, I just... It's gonna help. I don't know if it's necessary. Fuck it. Which of the following do you advise the lead DBA to do? You are a consultant planning and deploying DynamoDB across 3 AZs. Your lead DBA is concerned about data consistency. Which of the following advises? I would just tell the team to code for strongly consistent reads, not just ask the development team to implement checks on the algorithm to confirm the data is consistent, and then yeah, it's gonna cost per each query. Which below are the factors that have helped make public cloud powerful? No special skills required. That's me. She asked what sort of network access logging can be added. Which of the following might you recommend? Oh, they're always asking. Someone other than approved admin is trying to gain access to the Linux web admin. I answered this. You set up flow logs. FileWatcher S3. God, don't ask the same shit over and over. A waste of an exam. I paid for this exam. You've been tasked with building a new app with stateless web tier for the company that produces reusable rocket parts. Which 3 services could you use to achieve this? Stateless web tier. How am I gonna run my shit? How am I gonna run my shit? There's nothing on here. A web tier. I don't need service for my web tier, bruh. No. Storage gateway. Why? I don't need that. Whoa. Let's just do the ALB. Storage gateway, I don't know. It might be storage gateway Elasticache ELB, but I'm just gonna do RDS. Is AWS RDS stateless? Stateless means the state is managed by another system on AWS. This can be DynamoDB, RDS, S3, and other. Where are we at, dude? There we are. I'm just gonna do this. Fuck it. Oh my god, select 4. Which of the following are good? Oh man, post to DynamoDB. What do you need to pass? If you don't use one of the SDKs, you can perform DynamoDB ops over HTTP using post request method. The post method requires you to specify operation in the header of the request and provide the data of the operation JSON format in the body request. Which of the following are valid DynamoDB headers? Meta, content type, post, and I guess I don't know if you have to pass in the hash. I don't know if target is something you have to pass in. I'll just look it up. DDB post headers. Post content type. AMZ date and target. AMZ date target. Okay. What about meta? So you got date, target, host, and content type. I'm not gonna remember that, dude. It just provides a number of security related managed services. From the options below, select which AWS service is related to protecting your infrastructure from which security issue. One. Never heard of Amazon Macy. Gotta look it up. Nice. That's fucking awesome. I don't know if Shield can prevent SQL or WAV. I'd have to look it up. Yeah, Shield's only for DDoS, so I'm gonna have to do that then. Say WAF can do cross-site script protection, which is weird. It's a firewall. It is. No, that's stupid. Use a date-based partition key to avoid having to hop from partition to partition. I mean, I like it. You will be collecting data for the bill we pull each hour. Definitely no table. Maybe a time-based partition key so easy to query and analyze. I'm definitely not worried about it. So it's one of these three. Definitely insert a calculated hash in front of the date time value. To use partitions in parallel. I'm not sure what that means. Yeah, I don't know what that means. When you're writing, maybe. I mean, I would... It's not gonna be easier to like, query. Fucking shit, dude. Alright. You are leading a design team to implement urgently needed collection of analysis project or whatever. You'll be collecting data for an array of 50k anonymous data collectors which is summarized each day and then rarely used again. The data will be pulled from collectors approximately once an hour. The dev responsible for collecting data, okay, and then summarize once pulled every hour. There we go. Why not? Because if they're doing it every hour a date might not be good. You're gonna get everything for the day, but it's summarized too. So you pull the, oh my god, I don't know, fuck it. It's not worth the time. Let's see how much time we got left. 14 minutes and a shit ton of questions. All instances come from different versions of the root MI and all instances have different numbers of sessions connected. Which incident will be the first shut down? Whew. I'm gonna have to guess, right? It's the oldest launch configuration is going to terminate first. I'm guessing on this. I don't want to read the full question. Which of the below storage services and okay. And I also want to read this. Which following offers two correct solutions to scenario? The 100% fault tolerance if any single AZ in the US West 2 becomes unavailable. I got 3 availability zones, A, B, and C. I got how many instances? You have developed new web application in the US too that requires 6 running at any time, so we need 3 on each. That's all. We need 3 on each. If one goes down, you still have 6 up. Offers 2 correct solutions. 3, 3, none. No. 2, 2, 2. That's not gonna work. If one goes down, you only have 4 up. And then 3, 3, 3, 4, 2, 2. If 8 goes down, no. 6, 6, none. Or 3, 3, 3. Jesus Christ, dude. Which of the following answers may offer an explanation? I'm getting hungry, but I can't be hungry. Alright. You have provision a custom VPC with a subnet that is a CIDR block of this SI subnet. You have 2 web servers, 2 app servers, 2 database servers, and a NAT. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have configured an auto-scaling group with 2 web servers automatically scale when CPU utilization is above 90. Several days later, you notice auto-scaling no longer deploying new instances in the subnet despite the CPU utilization. Blah 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 blah. Be 100%. What's the following answers? Well, let's see what the CIDR of 28 gives you. It's taking too long. Just give me a fucking table. 28 will give you 16 only. And they reserve like 4. Last 2? No. It reserves the first. I don't know about the last 2, but oh, it's the first 4 and the last IP address in each block. There we go. You must ensure the data is encrypted. Which of the following options will allow you to do this? Attach your instances are multiple EBS volumes. You must ensure the data is encrypted. This is stupid. I think EBS volumes are not encrypted by default. Are EBS volumes encrypted by default? Yeah, I don't think it's encrypted by default. It says here you must ensure the data is encrypted. Well, use third-party volume encryption tools. Your company has a policy of encrypting all data at rest. Your host, your production environment on EC2, and a bespoke VPC attached to your EC2 instance or multiple EBS. You must ensure the data is encrypted. Uh-huh. I mean, I don't think they're encrypted by default, man. You have to like enable them. Yeah, it's a trick question then, fuck it. Which of the following are not valid CloudFormation template sections? Options, resource parameter, outputs, options. I don't want to do this. Select two. Which of these will deliver the result? You have enterprise active. In facilities in West and India. Due to the growth of the Asian market, you've been directed by C2 to ensure that only traffic in Asia is directed to the India region. What might I do to solve the problem? As the company has grown over last year, they are finding that the additional traffic through the network is causing serious performance degradation. Company of 100 people. There's you work for a toy company that is busy online store. As you're approaching Christmas, you find that your store is getting more and more traffic. You ensure that the web tier of your store is bound in an auto-scaling group. However, you notice the web tier is frequently scaling, sometimes multiple times in an hour. Only to scale back after peak. Which of the following options? Jesus, which of the following are valid S3 data encryption options? C, KMS, S3? I don't know about that. Client libraries such as we just 4? Choose 4? The fuck is Amazon S3 encryption client? S3 encryption client. Used to perform client-side encryption for storing data securely in S3 data. Yeah, whatever. I don't know about OpenSSL. Visibility timeout. A day, maybe.
Internet boy.
It would not make sense for it to be 14 days. Why would it? For a FIFO queue? Let's search this one. It says here the maximum is 12 hours for the visibility timeouts, but for FIFO queues, no. Standard queue isn't a guarantee against receiving message twice. Allow the producer or consumer to attempt multiple retries. It's not saying any difference, it just says 12 hours, so it must be 12 hours for both. I have to remember that. Half a day, 12 hours for visibility timeout. How can you reduce costs without compromising service? The company provides online image recognition, blah blah blah. Use SQS decoupled physical. Each student's pulled images. Q is often called to keep in both large number of CPU cycles, skyrocketing costs. By default polling SQS. By default uses short. So if it's short, you gotta make it long. Receive mate times seconds to by default it's short. I gotta remember that process. Depends on short by default. We're on a subset of the service. Your application relies exclusively on pre-built AMIs. In order to share those AMIs with the region you're using as a backup, which process should you follow? I don't know about A&M bucket permissions.
Internet boy.
Yeah, here we go. When editing permissions, policies, and ACLs, to whom does the concept of owner refer? When editing permissions, policies, and ACLs, to whom does the concept of owner refer? I think that that's what it is, but then it says there's no concept of owner in AWS. That's all I'm gonna say. Which of the following features only relate to spread placement groups? 5 minutes. I got 5 minutes to do like half the thing. Yeah, we gotta just go. Which of the following solutions would you feel comfortable? It's called a replica, my dude. It's like 2. I'm gonna say Oracle. Oh, an SQL server. Which of the following approaches would be best to further scale this instance to meet the anticipated increase in the traffic to your viral story will generate? Okay. I don't know if you can do that for MySQL. Extra large instance is the highest it goes. It says here, read contentions. I don't know if you can add read replicas for that. Oh, I hate when it's so hard. Fuck it. Let's just do this. Maybe network in? I don't know what fucking network in it means. Well, it might be memory usage because CloudWatch can't see. Yeah, memory usage. Let's just do that. Fuck it. Migrate files to file gateway presented as ISC SAA and make use of life cycle using infrequent access. I like that one. I like that one. Migrate W file gateway. Lower file storage. And make use of life cycle if you got migrate the document storage S3. There's too much fuckery in the wording on these. You were told that bucket names are already taken. What should you do to resolve this? Content delivery services. Part of AWS's network and content delivery. By definition, public subnet would be using ones that is one that what? Yeah, that doesn't mean anything though. Maybe. You have 3 AWS accounts, A, B, and C, that shared data.
Bitch.
Placement groups. It's possible that instances for account C are overloaded. Host stop all the account C instances and start them together. That might help if they're already in a placement group. I didn't read if they're in the placement share data that max performance between the accounts you deploy the instance owned the 3 accounts.
Brothel.
I'll just say that. You're not guaranteed the same physical location. Business level maximum response time. I don't know. Let's see what these plans are. Business critical system down. That's the enterprise life. So you got less than an hour. Reduction down. It goes all the way from 24 hours to 1 hour. No different ones. How do I respond? Amazingly. I don't want to read this. Has hired a young enthusiastic account after reviewing the AWS docs and used GIP and says they are wasting vast amounts of money running your Windows servers for a full hour. You might also propose closer monitoring and automation to allow it upside. I like that one, but thinkers can advise them that he missed a person pricing document. Windows instead of built by the hour and partial hours are billed such. Yeah, up first. You suck. Generate keys, disable and enable keys, and import keys. Import keys, disable and enable keys, migrate keys between default canvas key store and custom key store. I don't know about migrating them, but import keys into a custom key store. I think KMS. I think you can import. Fuck it. $61 out of 78. I'm almost there. Your solutions architect working for a construction company. Your company is migrating their production states. I've been doing this for almost an hour. It says here I've been doing this for fucking an hour and 2 minutes on my live, but yeah. You created 15 users for the AWS system. What further steps do you need to take to enable your system to get access to console? Oh, your company's migrating production estate to AWS. You are in the process of setting up the accounts for the console using identity email. You upgraded 15 users system. What first steps you need to take to enable blah 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 blah. Yeah, fuck it. All web servers stateless? No state? There you go, that's what you get. No state. User of your website makes HTTP requests to access status resources requests to Omni redirect to the nearest cloud front server. For some reason, the request resource does not exist in cloud front server, which is following is true. Secure access to private files, then S3. Like 3? Boom. It's like 3? Alright, let me pick all of them. Which of the following are correct explanations? Customer experience manager comes to see you about some odd behaviors with the ticketing system. Messages presented to the support team are not arriving in the order in which they are generated. Wow. You know this is due to the way the underlying SQL standard are being used to manage which of the following correct. No. No. What's this? You are a solutions architect working at a biotech company, pioneer, blah, blah, blah. We suck. They have developed a new cancer treatment that may be able to cure up to 94% of cancers. They store their research data on S3. However, An intern recently deleted some critical files. Wow. Yeah, prevent this from happening. So you just enable versioning and buckets. MFA. Which of the following routing policies can help me achieve something? Solution: your production environment is hosted both in US East 1 and in Northeast 1, Asia Pacific. Your European users have been connecting to the production environment in Japan. Why? And seeing this in Japanese rather. Well, you got to do the geo. Which of the following routing policies? Latency. And now I'm really like tripping out because I thought it was called geo prox. Okay, routing options, route 53. Let me just go look it up because that would influence my other one. Use when you want to route traffic based on location of your users. We want to route traffic based on location of your resources, and optionally shift traffic from a resource in one location to resource in another. I don't fucking know what that means. I don't know what that fucking means, dude. It says here, what's the difference between geolocation when you want to route traffic based on location of users, when you want to route traffic based on location of your resources? I don't know what that means. Proximity versus geolocation routing. Part of lowest latency does not, however, guarantee the same geographic region will be served at the same location. Let's Amazon Route 53 route traffic to your resources based on geographic location of your users and your resources. And then resources serve traffic based on geolocation of your users, meaning location the DNS queries originate from. So this is DNS based, but this is also location by resources. You can optionally choose to route more traffic or less given resource specifying value. I don't know, because you need to ensure the view the English language, so latency will not help in this case because they might, you know, be geoproximity or geolocation. Latency sounds good though, because it says I have to, it doesn't care, they don't care how long it takes, it's just you don't want to be connecting to Japan. Seeing things in Japanese. You successfully configure VPC peering between A and B and establish a gateway and direct connect from B. Can instance of VPC connect to your corporate office? Yeah. Why does it take it so long? Jesus. Which of my solutions would remedy this issue? You have created a direct connect link from your on-prem data center to your VPC. The link is now active and routes are being advertised on-prem data center. You can connect to EC2 instances from your data center. However, you cannot connect to your on-prem servers EC2 instances. Which of the following solutions would remedy this? I don't know. I don't know this. Edit the VPC subnet route table, adding the route back to the on-prem data center. Routes are being advertised from the on-prem. You can connect. It might be enable route propagation on the customer gateway. What is a customer gateway? Yeah, that's too hard, dude. Fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. Which of the following strategies does AWS use to deliver promised level performance? I just want to finish this. It's 400. Athena? Athena. 3? I don't know what ORC is. I don't know about Elasticache from Memcache. 9 nines? Glacier, my dude. 11 nines. Reduced redundancy. That doesn't sound right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 9. Standard, English design provide. And RRS, no. I'm good to hear that. A compute service? In addition to choosing the correct EBS volume type for the specific task, what else can be done to increase performance of your volume? Just instance size, my dude. Which of the following provide the lowest cost EBS options?